All my hard work. All my hard work. All of it. All the Fulton recoveries. All the base management. All the outer ops. No, all of the one-on-one battles. All of it. All of it. Just gone. No. No. All three. No. Welcome, everybody. We are here. Metal Gear Solid 5, Ground Zero. Now, the question is, do we play mouse and keyboard, or do we play controller? Because I do know this game came out on console and PC, but the question is... He's not wearing his bandana like he did. He gave it away at the end of Peace Walker. Oh my god, okay. Should we play with mouse and keyboard? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try playing with mouse and keyboard. I'm gonna see what, I'm gonna see if, because for the other Metal Gear Solid games, it typically says recommended controller, but it doesn't say anything about that. I think a controller would still maybe be better. Oh yeah, because I don't have a mouse. Okay. I was like, I don't have a mouse cursor. I'm not gonna... Okay. Cassette tapes. Okay, we don't have any acquired. Okay. Here we go. Pauses spy log. Okay. Mother Base music selection. Peace Walker Melody, Heavens Divide, Love Deterrence, Peace Walker theme, Richard Wagner, Ride of the Valkyries. Listen to recordings from Peace Walker, Paz's Diary. Wait, Paz's Diary, there was an achievement for that in Peace Walker. Why couldn't we listen to all of Paz's Diary? I didn't have access to that. Okay, info. Pre-mission brief.
This is a one-man infiltration mission, boss. Equipment is the bare essentials. Anything else will be OSP. The target location is a prison camp on a U.S. military base. Those Marines have the place locked down tight. Your only backup will be one extraction chopper. We can't send anything else.
You won't need to.
Again, this is infiltration, a sneaking mission. Your number one priority is remaining undetected. Use discretion before engaging any guards you encounter. Be mindful of their sensory perceptions, sight, sound, smell, and pain. Fortunately, these atmospheric conditions will continue until dawn. That should provide you with some cover.
At least the weather's on my side.
That's not David Hayter, is it?
Your mission objective is to rescue Chico and Paz.
Wait, what?
According to Chico, they're both being held at an old prison facility. Recon from the intel unit supports this, so it's safe to assume that's where they are. Once you've gotten them to the RV, call in the extraction chopper. I'll monitor the situation and offer guidance from here, but you'll be the one in the field. How you handle this mission is entirely up to you, boss. Snake, yesterday we received official communication from the IAEA. It says, it has come to our attention that your organization recently purchased nuclear fuel from Uzbekistan authorities. We request permission to inspect your facilities.
What a load of bullshit.
Yeah, they're after Metal Gear Zeke's nuclear warhead. I'm betting this is payback from Cypher after Paz's leak.
Using the UN.
There's no telling how much influence they have.
That's not David Hayter.
The IAEA can only do inspections in countries that are party to the NPT.
And we're not a country.
Exactly. We haven't signed a safeguards agreement with the IAEA over peaceful nuclear use, and we're not obligated to report any nuclear material we have, nor information about any nuclear facilities. The IAEA has no authority to inspect us.
But despite all that...
That nuke's our last line of defense. We don't want to announce we have it until the world is preparing to wipe us off the map. Until then, we let everyone think we're just a private army with conventional firepower.
What's Huey's take?
That the problem's how to hide the nuke in Metal Gear. But I gotta tell you, he was all for it.
I see. But there's no way we can have the IAEA poking around here.
So what do? Ignore them?
Send them an official letter of refusal. Say that we're a private organization and we've done nothing to attract this suspicion.
You got it.
Wait. Hold on.
We finished Zeke.
Hold on. So, obviously, clear that's not David Hayter as Big Boss, but in Peace Walker, he finally accepted the title Big Boss. And when we finished Metal Gear Solid 4, and at the very end where Big Boss came out to talk to Solid Snake, it was a different voice actor. So, is this the same voice actor?
Waterproofing reinforcement yesterday.
That
the day after
the Big
tomorrow
Boss
will
in
be
Metal
done
Gear Solid
installing
3
the main
was?
depth
Or
control
4?
tank, the compressed air tank, and the attitude control propeller pod.
Huey,
If the underwater test goes well, next week we'll try the 300-foot seabed depth.
drop the act, Huey. How did we end up agreeing to the nuclear inspection?
Because after you sent that letter, I told them. After careful reconsideration, we agree to your request. And frankly, we should be inspected. This is our chance. If they come and go without discovering the nuke, we can tell the world we're clean. Of course, it's risky, and we'll have to make sure everything's perfect, but it'll be worth it.
Huey, can they do an inspection without going through the Board of Governors?
We contacted the IAEA's admin branch, and they said there's no record of us being brought up at any of the board's meetings.
I'd say probably a preliminary inspection to determine whether we should be referred to the board. So it's bound to be a small inspection team, and they won't be here that long. Don't worry, leave everything to me.
Has the media gotten wind of this?
Yeah, 2 major Western networks want to do stories on us. I planned on saying yes.
What? You want to broadcast this place to the world?
That's why I agreed to the inspection. This is a golden opportunity. We can use the media to prove to the world we don't have a nuke. Besides, even if we said no, it would just be delaying the inevitable.
Kaz, our hands are tied now. Start getting the place ready.
Thanks, boss.
Don't get the wrong idea. You set it up so that any more changes of heart will arouse suspicion, that's all.
Zeke stays, but we'll have to move all other AFVs to shore. Any potential troublemakers can go with them for some mandatory R&R. Sound good, boss?
Just do it. About the inspection, what do we tell the men?
The truth. What else? The one thing we don't need to worry about is anyone here spilling the beans about Zeke.
Good point. What about the Sandinistas?
Okay, so
There's
we're
still quite a
preparing
few
the
of them left on
staff.
the base.
I
Okay.
hate to say it, but it won't look good having Soviet bloc personnel
Did you
here.
see that
The problem
word of
is moving a
Paz's
group that
survival?
size in a hurry would look even worse.
At least Amanda's on assignment in Cuba. They'd recognize her. She should stay put for now.
All civilians save Huey will have to return to their countries.
Even your Parisian.
Of course, we'll get her whatever paper she needs. Dr. Strangelove's departure came at a perfect time. The less Zeke-related staff here, the better.
Wait, she left?
That's right. You were away on a mission. She left last week. There's nothing cooking in AI weapons research, and Zeke is complete. There was really no reason for her to hang around.
I'm surprised Huey let her go that easy.
Yeah, his crush on Strangelove was never much of a secret, huh? He followed her everywhere while Zeke was in development. Boy, would she get pissed. But he does have a lot on his mind right now. I've got bigger issues to deal with. That's what he said.
That's the spirit, Huey.
Yes, this one.
10 days ago, we got reports that Paz was still alive.
She survived.
She was rescued by Belizean fishermen who found her drifting in the Caribbean.
So what's the plan? Silence her before we're compromised?
No. I've got something else in mind. Our friends at Cypher suspect Paz could be a double agent. She's being held for interrogation at a camp on the southern tip of Cuba.
Black site. Nice. A slice of American pie on communist soil, and out of U.S. legal jurisdiction.
The upcoming inspection of Mother Base has to be connected somehow. The timing's too perfect.
The UN's nuclear inspection.
My guess is they're trying to corroborate Paz's leak.
We're an army without a nation.
Word of our capabilities gets out, and we'll have the whole world out to shut us down. Having an American private intelligence agency involved's bad news. Cypher's the ones who sent Paz to us in the first place.
She knows their true nature.
Right. Paz is our only link to Cypher. If she's still alive, we need her on our side.
Okay.
Not us.
Okay.
Who else is gonna rescue that bitch?
When do we do it?
Okay,
The inspection
jeez.
comes first. We'll deal with us afterwards.
Do the men know?
Word has started to spread. The information came from Cuba through Amanda. One of the base personnel used to belong to El Frente. I'll tell everyone we don't concern ourselves with the survival of enemy spies. We need them focused on the inspection. And if we get her back here and she isn't cooperative, there's still plenty of room for her in the ocean.
Works for me. What about Chico? He had a chance to stop Paz from hijacking Zeke and he blew it. He's carried that guilt ever since. Kid really did care about her.
Chico, it's hard to say how he'll react.
Have Amanda call him out to Cuba. He shouldn't be here right now.
Good idea. They haven't seen each other in a while. Little time with Big Sis and he'll forget all about you-know-who.
And then Chico vanishes.
What? Still no sign of Chico?
What's going on?
It's Amanda in Cuba. Our resupply package arrived, but Chico wasn't with it. Relax, Amanda. I'm sure he's just exploring Havana or something. First time in the big city. Could have gotten carried away.
Cos, wait. The boat Chico was on, did it stop anywhere before it got to Havana?
Yeah, it had to refuel at Santiago de Cuba. You don't think... Oh, shit. You gotta be kidding me. He does this now?
It's 60 miles from Santiago to the prison camp. Chico used to cross the mountains with the older Sandinistas like it was nothing. He'll make that in 3 days.
Still, even if he does find his way there...
You know how reckless he can be. Chico thinks we've abandoned Paz. That's why he's doing this.
We'll start by having the intel detachment in Cuba look for him. We can't let him be captured.
And the next one's a distress call.
Some cages to the east of a big building. It's an old grassy facility. That's where we are. Help me, Snake.
It's a setup.
We have no choice.
Yeah, if Chico talks, he could blow the new cover up. We can't hold off until the inspection's over.
When can we be ready?
It'll take at least 16 hours to confirm the flight path and prep a bird. The intel unit has started reconning the area.
Sounds like I'll have to miss the inspection.
Boss, we'll just have to send someone else to get them out.
No. I'll go.
Yeah, Chico and Paz would only take orders from you anyway. And we can't go taking on those Marines at the base head on. It's gotta be off the radar, and it's gotta be you.
Hold down the fort, Cos.
Snake, you can forget about civil liberties where you're headed. God only knows what they'd do to you if you got caught. Do not let that happen. The Cubans leased the land to the U.S. as a gesture for helping them gain independence from Spain. The deal remains in effect until both countries agree to dissolve it, or the U.S. abandons the land. That's why America still operates the base even after La Revolucion. Problem is, it's leased land.
Meaning it isn't American soil, so the U.S. Constitution doesn't apply there. That allows them to withhold its civil rights protections.
Yeah, that's Uncle Sam's excuse. The area was originally only for detaining refugees from countries like Cuba and Haiti. But a few years ago, the CIA and its like started using it as a black site. Enemies of the state are renditioned there and subjected to extreme forms of interrogation. You can bet Cypher had a hand in that. As you'd expect, American and other Western human rights organizations aren't allowed anywhere near the place. What happens there disappears down the memory hole.
Who knows what they're doing to Chico and Paz?
I'd like to interrogate her ourselves.
Oh, they're
But
talking
if worst comes to
about
worst, make sure she's dead.
Guantanamo
Chico,
Bay
on the other
without
hand, we
saying
have to bring
Guantanamo
back
Bay.
fast. He knows too much about us.
Cos?
The area is surrounded by mines placed by both the U.S. and Cuba, making escape on foot impossible. You're heading into the lion's den, Snake. Don't take this one lightly. Come back in one piece.
Yeah.
Oh man, okay. So we have Paz's spy log. Holy shit.
I heard about Paz's tapes.
Yeah. Why do you think she'd leave him behind? And that diary?
Whatever it was, her commitment was wavering. That much is clear.
So she was leaving clues to help us.
No way to know for sure. And the ocean's not giving her back.
November 4th, 1974. At the outskirts of Barranquilla, Colombia. Contact with Big Boss successful. Zadornov posed as my professor, but Big Boss took one look and knew he was KGB. However, he does not seem to suspect me. To him, I am just a peace-loving student and another victim of the CIA. We asked him to drive the CIA out of Costa Rica. To him, this means betraying his country. His forces are smaller than anticipated. They drift from place to place with nowhere to call home. That provided us an opportunity, so we seized it. Zadornov offered them a plant off the Costa Rican coast to use as a base. As expected, Miller jumped at the chance. Although initially reluctant, Big Boss came around when Zadornov played him the tape. All because the voice on it sounded like his mentor, the boss.
Yep.
Naked Snake, the man who once saved the world from the brink of nuclear war. Awarded the title of Big Boss for his service. He later became a mercenary, abandoning both his title and his country. To him, that honor was steeped in the blood of the boss, the mentor he was forced to eliminate. Exceptionally charismatic, he possesses unparalleled combat and intelligence-gathering abilities. His only discernible weakness is her. This operation hinges on how effectively we can exploit that.
Damn.
Kazuhira Miller is Big Boss's lieutenant. Half Japanese, half American. He once served in Japan's self-defense force. Though he and Snake first met as enemies, they discovered a common bond and together built their private army, with Miller directing business and administrative affairs. He comes off as shallow, but his true intent is hard to read. I must be careful. All that is clear is his infatuation with Big Boss. With East and West fighting over its control, Central America is now the most contested region on Earth. CIA Central American Station Chief Coldman has developed Peace Walker, a fully AI-automated, fail-deadly nuclear launch system with which he aims to reignite the Cold War. Snake's new objective in Costa Rica is to prevent that. Zadornov's, or should I say, the KGB's plan is to play the two sides against each other, turning the entire region red. Not one of the three parties realize they're all just pawns in Cypher's hands. Cypher watches all.
That's just Zero, right?
Mother Base has developed rapidly since being established in the Caribbean Sea. They recruit more personnel daily, and already their mercenary services are turning a profit. Big Boss's leadership and charisma, and Miller's business acumen drive this impressive growth. Furthermore, joining forces with a faction of the FSLN has expanded their power even more. They have even commenced their own weapons development program. All is proceeding according to Cypher's will. I could not be more pleased. Snake's pursuit of Peace Walker led him to an AI modeled after the boss's thought patterns. It was incomplete, but, somewhat ironically, making contact with Snake was the necessary finishing touch. Meanwhile, the scientist behind Peace Walker's locomotive control, Huey, defected to Snake's army. His presence has greatly accelerated weapons development at Mother Base. I failed to anticipate Coldman's madness, but nuclear war was averted. However, this was only after the boss AI on board Peace Walker sank itself to the bottom of the lake, in what could be likened to suicide. The boss laid down her gun, choosing to sing for peace instead, and Snake, himself a gun, parted ways with her. In doing so, he reclaimed the title he once abandoned. He is
Big Boss.
Zadornov has been detained. Since this leaves my cover identity without a guardian, the Mother Base staff has taken me in. I am now better placed than ever to monitor their internal affairs. Everything continues to unfold according to plan. The developer of the boss AI, Dr. Strangelove, has also come to Mother Base. With her and Huey's expertise, they can now develop a weapon capable of matching Peace Walker. Development on the bipedal weapon is now complete. They call it Metal Gear Zeke. It stands there like some sort of mystical guardian. The soldiers gaze on it with pride and reverence. Big Boss has elected to arm it with a nuclear weapon. As an army without a nation, they seem to feel the need for a deterrent against whatever the world might pit against them. It is a dangerous gambit. Why do such a thing? Their nuclear strategy differs from the Americans and the Soviet Union. The superpowers deter attack by revealing their nuclear arsenals to one another. Snake and his men know that if they were to go public with this, the whole world would unite against them. Business would dry up overnight. So they do not plan on revealing the nuke until necessary. This ace-in-the-hole approach is their idea of a nuclear strategy. Wielding a deterrent, all the while unable to reveal its existence. I wonder if Snake sees how vulnerable this makes them.
Yeah, but I understand the other one.
Yes. Hijack Zeke? Yes, I did indicate that to be our leverage. But I cannot imagine his agreeing to that now. But did you not raise them to safeguard your governance without borders? No. I have not forgotten. Cypher watches all. Yes, things are proceeding, but modifying Zeke has not proven easy. I am using Zadornov to buy some time. No, I have not forgotten what you said. However, well, forgive me for asking, but this is you I am speaking to, isn't it, Cypher? I will fight Big Boss. The world must be ruled by a single will. To defy Cypher is a fate worse than death.
So, is the correspondent unknown Zero or Cypher? Or is it Kaz? Because we did find out that Kaz knew all about what was going on. Except maybe her taking over Zeke? I definitely know that song. That song will probably get copyright.
As of today, I will be living here at Mother Base. Now my real trial begins. Zadornov was paying my room, board, and tuition, but he has since been captured. I told the man that with no more money from the KGB, I could no longer afford school. He bought my story, and when I said I would be willing to work, he took pity on me and let me stay. For some reason, Miller really pled my case. That was helpful, but the man is still a fool. His men are no better. They think their training makes them strong, but that kind of strength is nothing in the face of true power. And better yet, they wait on me hand and foot, believing I am just a schoolgirl. Looks like I won't be working too hard after all. Just today, while scouting out the living quarters, I saw a group of them in the corner of the deck making a fuss. Going over for a look, I saw they were feeding a kitten. A bunch of grown hard men, and they're the ones acting like schoolgirls. Look, isn't he cute? What is wrong with them? Disgusted, I just nodded and smiled. I must stay in character after all. I indulged their chit-chat for a few moments. Then one of them asked me to give the thing a name. They had just taken it from its mother. I named it Nuke. I improvised some nonsense about how our compassion for living things can help prevent wars. The men gave me a little fish. I held it out in my palm and the kitten happily ate it up. What a pathetic, feeble creature. It sickens me.
Damn, pause.
Today, Chico invited me to go fishing with the soldiers. I suppose finding one's own food does have its merit, but I prefer not to be involved in such a degrading task. And their prattling on about fishing being fun is nonsense. I'm not here to find playmates. Nevertheless, distasteful as it was, I went along in order to maintain my cover. Chico thrust a fishing pole into my hands, and we went up onto the deck where several soldiers had gathered. They welcomed us warmly. With so few women aboard Mother Base, I'm treated like a princess. No one suspects I am neither a teenager nor a student. It was nice and sunny, with a gentle breeze and waves. As I cast my line and waited for a bite, the soldiers began to ask me all sorts of questions. As always, I answered according to our predefined scenario, feigning a smile. As I sat there feeding them lies, the fish began to bite, and the soldiers began to focus on their prey. Chico had his bait stolen by a fish, and got so angry that he stood up and nearly fell into the sea. Everybody laughed. It almost made me want to join in too. At some point, I got a bite myself. The instant after I felt that first gentle hug, the fish yanked my line with astonishing strength, and I let out a cry of surprise. I thought he was going to be huge. It was my first time fishing, and I was a bit flustered, so the soldier beside me helped by supporting the pole from behind. "Reel it in," they shouted. I nodded, turning the handle as fast as I could. I wondered what kind of fish live below the surface, and thought back to the deep sea dives I had to do as part of training. Those were difficult days, but I remember finding the multicolored fish gliding through the water incredibly soothing. After a hard fight, I pulled it up. To my surprise, it wasn't even half a vara, rather anticlimactic. But I wasn't doing it for fun, so I wasn't the least bit disappointed. Nook was hovering nearby with an expectant look on his face, so I gave the fish to him. All in all, a thoroughly wasted day. Preparations are coming along nicely. No one suspects me of being the one to let Zadarnov out of his cell. Today, Amanda and I taught Cecile how to make gallo pinto. It is a simple home-cooked dish consisting of black frijoles mixed with arroz. It is well known throughout Central America, not just in Costa Rica, so it is no surprise that a Nica like Amanda would be good at making it. But I was raised in the States from a very young age, and could hardly even remember my mother's gallo pinto. Having to make chit-chat with that clueless bird lover and the so-called revolutionary was excruciating. And, clueless or not,
I hope YouTube auto doesn't auto do anything because of that.
Thankfully, Miller and his men seemed to believe I mistook the tape I found for one my friend made. In any case, one can never be too careful. Anyway, the three of us minced garlic and herbs, then cooked them in a pot with frijoles we'd soaked overnight. While waiting for them to cook, we sautéed onions and arroz in a frying pan. Cecile worked the frying pan according to Amanda's directions, but seemed a bit glum. She does have a knack for cooking, though. She is French, after all. We added water to the pan and watched the arroz begin to steam. While we waited, Amanda shared memories of her mother with us. They had been separated because of Somoza, but the taste of her mother's cooking was still fresh in her mind. When the frijoles were ready, we drained the water, stir-frying them with the rest of the vegetables. Quite a complicated process for home cooking. Nonetheless, it kept them occupied. The longer we sat and talked, the greater the chance of my arousing their suspicions. With women, it is not enough to just bat your eyelashes and giggle. It takes a lot of effort to divert attention. When the arroz was done cooking, we folded it into the frijoles and added salsa, stirring the mixture as it simmered. At this point, for some reason, the conversation turned to romance. Why does it have to be that way whenever women get together and chat? Cecile fancies herself to be well versed in such matters, and gave Amanda all sorts of advice. It was harmless enough, until, to my irritation, she began pestering me whether there was anybody I liked. Not right now, I said, trying to dodge the question. But she pressed on. It's Snake, isn't it? I gritted my teeth and played it coy. Maybe. Cecile nodded and giggled. He is pretty sexy, isn't he? What a ditz! It's all I can manage to just survive. The thought of romance has never once crossed my mind. I have no interest in that kind of man. Soon enough, a rich aroma began to fill the room.
Yeah, we went on a date
The
with
gallo
Paz.
pinto was ready. New came over and rubbed up against our legs, looking for a handout. Unfortunately, it was not the kind of food a cat would like. We let a few of the soldiers have a bite, and then headed off to the mess hall. The home-cooked flavor we'd achieved was a big hit with the men of MSF. Not that we are trying to impress them or anything. Even I could manage a dish like that. Snake enjoyed it too. Let me make this absolutely clear. I have no interest in that man. Football, or soccer as it is known in the States, is extremely popular here. It has not caught on yet in the US, but it has legions of rabid fans all across Latin America. These fans can get so rowdy that it is commonly believed El Salvador and Honduras went to war in 1969 over scuffles in a soccer match. In reality, tensions between the two countries were already high. The match was merely one of the sparks that set them off. But these people are so passionate about this sport that the story seems plausible. Predictably, many of the soldiers here are fans. They have apparently divided themselves into Costa Rican and Nicaraguan teams and started playing each other. To play, you need a ball and 2 goals. The R&D team built and set up simple goals on the deck. I had absolutely no interest, but Chico insisted that I come and watch. It was not a proper match by any means. The pitch was not even regulation size, but the players and spectators alike got pretty excited. They banged empty cans and shouted cheers through the handmade megaphones. It almost felt like carnival. Huey, the referee, blew a whistle to start the match. The soldiers' training has left them in excellent physical shape, but they lacked the honed skills of professionals and their play was quite rough. Midway through, one of the men collided with another. They started shouting at one another, but Huey stepped in. I thought we had forsaken our countries, become one with the earth, he said, quoting Snake. We are not competing for national pride here, and we are not fighting for the good of any one country. This is not a war. Soccer is a peaceful sport, am I right? The soldiers nodded. They know the pain of war, and they share Snake's vision. Perhaps that is why all this resonates with them. Team Costa Rica was down a man, and somehow I was picked to fill in. Costa Rica had the advantage up until that point. I suppose Huey wanted to keep it balanced. The soldiers agreed with Huey's call. Maybe the Costa Rican players felt an even matchup would be more fun too. I could not be bothered to run at first, but chasing the ball out there in the hot sun, I was soon drenched in sweat. Before long, I found myself actively seeking out the ball, partially out of desperation. I picked up a loose ball deep on the opponent's side of the field. Even though he's Nicaraguan, Chico cheered me on, yelling, "Go for it, shoot!" I launched the ball as hard as I could, only to have it blocked by the keeper. Disappointment only increased my determination. In the end, I didn't score a single goal, and Costa Rica gave up its lead. It was really close though. We congratulated each other on a good match and sprawled out in the shade on the deck, exhausted. The ocean breeze felt so nice on my sun-soaked body.
It's interesting to see
New came
Paz
over.
slowly
She's
but
one of his
surely. It's that whole thing of,
favorite
no,
spots.
I don't like it.
And stretched out
But
next to me.
I'm
And
starting to
together,
come,
we
maybe
watched
I'm
fluffy
starting to
white
come
clouds drift
around.
lazily across the clear blue sky. It was lovely out today, so I decided to sun myself in a lounge chair up on the deck when Strangelove came up to me. Despite the heat, she was in her usual long sleeves and pants. I waved at her. She looked away and mumbled, "Hello there. Fancy meeting you here." I asked if she needed anything, feeling her eyes creeping up and down my body like she was savoring it. Finally, she swallowed and said, "You have such beautiful skin." Bewildered, I shook my head and said, "No, not at all. I had heard rumors that she was a lesbian, but she
Oh my
couldn't be after
God.
me, could she?" She continued to stare and said, "No, it is beautiful, but you must not let yourself get so tanned." And then she took my hand in hers. "What is wrong with a little son?" I asked, trying to cut the conversation short. But she shook her head violently. "No, you mustn't. A young lady should take better care of her skin." She was acting strangely now, as if aroused. She lectured me on the perils of tanning, how it ages skin, causing wrinkles and spots, and in the worst cases, even skin cancer. I knew already that tanning could cause spots, but I thought only pale-skinned Anglo-Saxons had to deal with that. Having a scientist tell me it causes aging, though, that spooked me a little. If I am to keep playing the teenager, I will have to start paying more attention to my skin. Sensing my anxiety, she took a small tube from her pocket. She said it was the sunscreen she always used. She told me to keep it. I didn't know what to say. I was more than happy to take it, but exactly what were her intentions?
Dude,
Was
each
she
diary
really being nice?
entry is just getting longer and
Was she
longer.
really into me? Either way, there was no reason to refuse, I suppose. I have undergone training. An out-of-shape woman does not pose any real threat to me.
Out of
Having
shape
power
woman.
means not being afraid. It is the same on a global scale. A country with nukes can dictate terms to a country without them. I thanked her and took the tube. Then she offered to put some on for me. She squirted some lotion onto her fingers and began rolling it into my chest. It happened so suddenly, and I was so taken aback that I did not even think to protest. She caressed my stomach with her long white fingers, then slid them upwards between my bikini-clad breasts. "What? Wait," I sputtered as her moist eyes met mine. She was beautiful. Somehow, I found myself captivated by this woman more than 10 years my elder. "Hold still," she whispered in my ear. I nodded silently, unable to refuse. My body went limp, motionless, as if in a trance. Gently, carefully, she rubbed the lotion all over my entire body. I shouldn't have enjoyed it, and yet I could not help myself. For a moment, I was spellbound. That woman is dangerous. I had better watch myself.
Oh shit, my controller. What the f- I need something to drink. Why?
Protecting one's health is an important part of any agent's job. But despite my best efforts, I have caught a cold. Now that I think about it, Mother Base's numbers are on the rise, with soldiers coming from all different places and backgrounds.
Ugh,
It is no
what?
wonder then that sooner or later someone would bring in a virus. That said, what I have got is just a common cold. The medical team said I'd need a few days rest, so I've been restricted to my room and put on bed rest. I thought I'd gotten used to not having anyone around to relate to, but at times like these, being alone is just miserable. All I could do was lay there and stroke Nuke's back, trying to take my mind off how bad I felt. Nuke just sat there, not making a sound. But I did have visitors. Amanda and Chico, Huey, Cecile, Miller, and a few of the soldiers I've become relatively close to. Amanda made me a soup with herbs she said were good for a cold. Miller told me to take it easy. I will sing you a lullaby, he said, then broke out a guitar and sang some incomprehensible song in Japanese. I did not need to understand the lyrics to know he is an awful singer. Then he said, "You know what is good for a cold? Suppositories. Here, I'll show you." He began to take off his pants, so I threw my tissue box at him to make him go away. Then Strangelove showed up,
Miller.
saying she had some
Miller.
miracle Indian cure.
Miller.
It works best if you rub it into your chest. And then she tried to take off my nightshirt. I whacked her with my pillow, and I got rid of her. Chico brought me a little flower in a cup.
Strangelove.
It had been growing in a little bit of earth
Strangelove.
that probably found its way on
Strangelove.
board, stuck to something else. I found this on the deck. Here, you can have it. He tried to act nonchalant, but I am pretty sure he's got a crush on me. None of them understand. If they thought these little visits would cheer me up, they were wrong. Tonight, Snake himself came to my room. Like the rest, he believes I am just a schoolgirl and treats me as such. "Why did you abandon your country?" I asked him. "Why create the MSF?" Of course, I knew the answers already, but I wanted to hear it from him. As I had imagined, he was not exactly forthcoming. All he would say is that his country abandoned him because all he could do was fight. And that is why he needed the MSF, because that is all he is any good for. Then he said, "Fighting is the only thing I understand, but that does not mean I have got a grudge against those who believe in peace. I am not one of them, and I do not believe in peace. Conflict is in man's nature. We fight our enemies in order to survive. Maybe we are not so different after all, he and I. But that is exactly why I'm going to have to kill him, or else he will have to kill me. When I stop and think about this wretched existence, being killed by a man like that suddenly does not seem like such a bad thing."
Interesting.
Every month, Mother Base throws a party for all the soldiers whose birthdays fall in that month. There is something strange about a military organization having parties. Really though, it is just an excuse to drink and make noise. It is not easy to get alcohol on a fortress in the middle of the ocean. Most days they are training from dawn till dusk. They do not have time for things like drinking. That is why Snake and Miller came up with the idea, to give everyone a chance to let loose. Obviously, a bunch of boors like that are not going to bother with blowing out candles on a cake. Rather, they sit there in a cloud of cigarette smoke, drink beer, eat meat, tell tasteless jokes, and swap crude insults about one another's hometowns. But it hardly ever breaks out into something serious. They talk up a storm, but they're just having fun. It is funny. You have got members of FSLN rubbing shoulders with the UCLAs, people who once would have considered the other mortal enemies. I wonder if that is what makes Big Boss so popular. In leaving their countries behind, they leave their hatred for other countries too. Miller seemed a little protective of me. "Hope they're not being too crude," he said. But soon enough, he too was drunk. He yelled, "Come here and take a look at the real Kazuhira Miller," then dropped his pants and mooned everybody. The other soldiers burst out laughing.
Oh
I
my
have
god,
never seen
Kaz.
such a crude, ridiculous party before. And yet, all these people, laughing and acting the fool. Is this what they call peace? For some reason, I began to think about all that has happened since I came here. Fishing with Chico, cooking with Amanda and Cecile, playing soccer, having visitors when I caught a cold. When I stop and think about it, my time here has been the most peaceful of my life. But that is about to end. I cannot imagine he will be willing to negotiate. It seems I am to fight the legendary Big Boss. I do not know if I'll be able to beat him. But if I have to choose between death and defying Cypher, I will gladly choose death. The thought of dying does not scare me. But if I disobey my orders, the fear and despair awaiting me will be far worse than anything I can imagine. It was Cypher who took me in as an orphan, gave me food and a place to live.
Okay.
His orders may have been unreasonable, but I will never repay my debt entirely. It seems I have no choice. I must fight this man. I must fight Snake.
Interesting, she was
Juno Miller,
taken in.
Snake's right-hand man, apparently has got at least one serious weakness. He is an insatiable womanizer. He does not bother me, most likely because he considers teenagers off-limits. But he has hit on every single one of the few female soldiers here at Mother Base. They ought to be telling him where to stick it, but end up falling for it so easily. I think some of it stems from the fact that he is actually not that bad looking. Anyway, today, that nasty habit got him in trouble. He and Snake got into one of their rare fights, and I was there to see it. They burst out of the
Okay.
showers, completely naked, trading punches. I am no child. The sight of a naked man does not make me blush, but this was something else. Maybe this'll teach you, Snake yelled as he slammed his fists into Miller's chest. I heard later that apparently he had been two-timing someone, and that same someone had gone to Snake with her troubles. As I see it, it is her own fault for letting herself be deceived like that. If she is too dumb to see through Miller's lies, then she got what she deserved. But this was not the first time it had happened, or the second, and Snake read Miller the riot act. Miller argued back, and what began as a shouting match turned into a fist fight. "You son of a bitch," Miller yelled as he swung. "Not bad," said Snake, smiling, "but not good enough." And then he was back on the offensive. They had already been at it pretty hard in the showers, and their bodies were covered with bruises. Both of these men had been trained for war, their bodies deadly weapons. They were each bleeding from a dozen places. All this from a fist fight. Even so, it was far less gruesome than if they had given it their all. It was obvious that one of them would be dead were they fighting for real. Miller took another swing, yelling, "Try this then!" Snake parried, then responded in kind, but I could tell he was not aiming for anything vital. "You are one tough bastard, boss," Miller muttered. A smile crept across his face as he caught his breath. And then they went right on fighting. Blood and sweat flew off their glistening bodies. It was combat without hatred or hostile intent. I had never seen violence like this before. And yet, it was more than just a friendly tussle. They were utilizing every technique they knew. It was not a sporting match. They were not playing by the rules. How could they keep this up? At last, the two men tired
And they're
themselves
still
out,
naked, right?
and the
They're
bizarre
still,
scene came to an end.
like, yeah, they're still
They
naked,
looked at
right?
each other's battered bodies, and then burst out laughing, embracing and congratulating each other on a good fight. It all seemed so idiotic. I still cannot fathom such behavior. But somehow, I got the sense that for all his womanizing, Miller really only trusted one person, and that was Snake. There was no way I could ever come between the two of them. And at that thought, I began to feel as if I had lost.
Damn.
All of Mother Base is preparing for a festival. Since Snake and his soldiers spend so much time fighting, they are setting aside one day a year for peace and relaxation. I do not know all the details, but apparently that is what Snake and Miller decided. These soldiers love the idea, of course. There is so little fun to be had here that everybody looks forward to events like these. That is all well and good, but somehow I got roped into getting on stage. "Come on, we even both have peace in our name," said Miller. "And Zadarnov, that old Ruski's name, has something to do with peace too, right? Hey, as long as we're having a day of peace, we ought to get an act together. The Three Peace Band. I thought he was joking. He then proceeded to share his idea without bothering to check with me. And now, I am slated to sing. Apparently, he had heard me on the deck one day, and since then he's wanted to form a band. Everybody's looking forward to it, so there is no way for me to back out now. I've never done anything like this, but it does feel kind of nice to know that people are looking forward to it. I mean, it cannot be any worse than Mueller's singing. But modifications to Zeke are already finalized, and I must complete my mission. Betray Cypher now, and I will face a fate far worse than death. Still, there's no need to put things in motion just yet. What difference would it make to just wait a little while longer? A whole day of peace. The mission can wait until after that. Can it not? I know I'm only delaying the inevitable. When the day comes, one of us will have to die. Snake or me. But still, if I could just come up with some way to stall Cypher, at least until our day of peace. When did I start having thoughts like this?
Wait, was Paz the child on the
My
battlefield?
cover is blown. They know nothing of Cypher or my true objective, but they know I am a spy. There is no more time left. I must act now. I must complete my
Is that
mission.
why she's blonde-haired?
How did it come to this? All I wanted was 3 more days. Just 3. Miller's already finished writing the song. It is called Love Deterrent. It is about a girl who cannot express her true feelings. I have been practicing. I am no pro, but I was pretty sure I would do a decent job. And now this. Cypher found out that Zeke was complete. He must have someone inside Mother Base besides me, spinning his tightly wound web of control, leaving no room for individual will. Typical. When they found out Zeke was complete, I was ordered to execute the operation immediately. If I was going to enjoy just 1 day of peace, I had to ensure the plan could not move forward. I tried to sabotage Zeke. I thought by damaging the drive system, they would have no choice but to delay their plans. I waited until midnight, and then snuck into the hangar. There would be trouble if it looked like sabotage. I selected one of the drive system's load-bearing parts and carefully worked to warp its shape. The leg's drive system requires a high degree of precision to operate. Even the smallest deviation would have done it. Then, Chico walked in. Maybe it was one of those nights where he could not sleep. In any case, he saw me, panicked, and took off running. It would have been easy to kill him, but I could not. I know he likes me. It is not as if I would ever have an interest in a child like him, but I could not pull the trigger. Not at him, not in the back. Will he tell them? Or is there a chance he will keep it a secret? Protect me? No. He knows now. Knows I am not who he thought I was. He ran without even questioning what I was doing. There is no chance he does not know. And soon, all I have built here will end. And if Cypher has another agent among them, if he finds out I tried to sabotage Zeke, this place will no longer be my heaven. Then it is settled. I make my move now. Chico walked in before my sabotage was complete, so Zeke should still be operational. It might not run at full speed or power, but I do not have time to fix that. Without Zeke, I do not have a chance in hell of winning. I must act fast before Chico sounds the alarm. I knew it would come to this. I just did not think it would be so soon. It is time, Zeke. Metal Gear Zeke. Activate.
Metal Gear Zeke. Activate. Oh, damn, dude. Is that it? That's all the tapes. Is there no audio options? No. Game settings? Yeah, no audio options. That sucks. Backstory. For us, there is no victory, Snake. There lived a man who was a legend among the mercenaries, a man who put together a formidable unit of soldiers. Oh, this is Peace Walker. I can't even do hard. Wait, hold on. This is a mission select game? Like... Wait, what? This is in an era when the world was still divided into East and West. The boss, the mother of special forces, and hero of World War II defected to the Soviet... Yeah, okay. Boss used Snake. Hint, surviving enemy territory, 1 of 3. Infiltrating enemy, marking... Whatever, whatever. A Hideo Kojima game, okay. Camp Omega. Ground Zero was written by Hideo, okay. Then why was 5? I felt like 5 wasn't received well at launch. Because people were like, man, this wasn't what I was expecting from a Metal Gear Solid 5. Who are you? Was that Foxhound on his chest?
He told us everything. Don't worry, I kept my word.
That's
He
Chico.
didn't suffer long. Here,
What is that?
you earned it.
My headset died. That's a Walkman? Okay. Wait, why is a Walkman plugged into his chest? What the fuck? Why does he have headphones plugged into his chest?
How's it feel to play the traitor? No more war games. You're a real man now, soldier.
Who the fuck are
Give my
you?
regards to your boss when you get home.
Again, I'm not monetized. I care about content over monetization at this moment. At this moment. In the future, that may change, because obviously I need to be able to make money for this to be a career. But I hope me talking over it kind of defers it a little bit. I don't want there to be any... Because the past couple of videos have gotten copyright claim because of the songs that were played in it. Which is just... If it's in a video game, it shouldn't get copyrighted. If you're using the song in like an IRL video, then maybe. But if it's coming from a video game, it shouldn't be copyrighted. But who is that
10
guy?
days ago, we got reports that Paz was still alive.
She survived.
She was rescued by Belizean fishermen who found her drifting in the Caribbean.
So what's the plan? Silence her before we're compromised?
No, I've got something else in mind. Our friends at Cypher suspect Paz could be a double agent. She's being held for interrogation at a camp on the southern tip of Cuba.
Black site. Nice. A slice of American pie on communist soil and out of U.S. legal jurisdiction.
The upcoming inspection of Mother Base has to be connected somehow. The timing's too perfect.
The UN's nuclear inspection.
My guess is they're trying to corroborate Paz's leak.
We're an army without a nation.
Word of our capabilities gets out, and we'll have the whole world out to shut us down.
This camera shake
An American private
is
intelligence
unreal.
agency involved. Bad news. Cypher's the ones who sent Paz to us in the first place.
She knows their true nature.
Right. Paz is our only link to Cypher. If she's still alive, we need her on our side.
Zero?
Trojan horse is in.
Skull face. A fox backwards.
This pirate crackdown's a go. Move!
Who?
So who's the other target?
That would be Chico. He's being held in the same area as Paz. Last radio contact was 40 hours ago. Find them both. Bring them back alive.
Are they all getting rid of their fox patches? Yep.
Secure Chico and Paz, then report back from the rendezvous point.
Wait, no, they actually, it does say it's fox backwards. What the fuck? Yeah, and look at that. Mine is the inverted colors. Mine is
We'll send
forward.
a chopper from across the Cuban border. You should be back at Mother Base in time for lunch. You'll probably just miss our guests. The only catch is you go in solo. The politically sensitive nature of the mission means backup is not an option.
Fine. I like some alone time now and then.
Robin Atkins Downs, Tara Strong. Where have I heard that name? Robin Atkins Down. That's Kaz, right? Christopher Randolph. Is that Big Boss?
I'm in front of the prison camp.
Excellent, Snake. Age hasn't slowed you down one bit.
Former hero once known as the code name. Big kept you waiting, huh? Kiefer Sutherland? Yeah, okay. Kodak.
Chico and Paz are being held in an old unused part of the compound. Get inside and head northeast.
Mission info has been...
This is an infiltration mission. You've got to stay out of sight. Before you go any further, use your binoculars to recon the area. What do you see? Press the call button to get more intel. Your binoculars are equipped with a directional microphone. You should be able to
R.
listen in on whatever they're pointed at. It's a guard. Don't let him see you. Avoid combat whenever possible. Is that for storage or something? You should try listening in on those soldiers. Even casual chatter could reveal something in a place like this.
Okay.
An anti-air gun. A chopper's worst nightmare.
All quiet? Those new guys. You see their choppers? Who are they with?
Beats me, man. Green Berets, SEALs.
Those ain't no jarhead birds, I can tell you that. Some paramilitary setup?
Well, some of the guys are saying... You know what? Best we just drop this, right?
Sure.
What are those guys talking about? Those are U.S. Marines on watch. Not the type to go easy on intruders.
Dude, this is already so cool.
Head for the old prison. You'll find the targets there. That's the refugee camp. I hear it's where they hold refugees from countries like Cuba and Haiti. You can use your iDroid to check all sorts of operational data. The map, objectives, the target's locations.
iDroid.
It'll help a lot if you let it.
That's what it's called, an iDroid.
The Stars and Stripes. Not a popular sight in Cuba. That's the base's admin building. Security looks tight.
Alright.
I've sent VIs of the targets to your iDroid. Take a good look. That's a Marine on guard. Don't underestimate him. That's an AA gun. They're just as serious about their air defenses. Open the menu tab, then select Mission Info.
Will do.
From there you can view targets' photos or check other visual information. A gun with a suppressor generates less noise, meaning there's next to no chance of it giving away your presence. Your tranquilizer gun's effective range isn't that great.
Yeah.
The round's trajectory will drop the farther it goes.
Is that it?
So take that into account while aiming.
Hold on. I had to take my control freaks. Oh shit, I opened something. Okay. That zooms in. Okay, I got an assault rifle. Okay. Interesting. Okay, good. I don't... Okay, do I... Can I roll? Okay, you got it.
We had no more than a dozen guys at Barranquilla. Some of them with barely enough gear to protect themselves. Now here we are, not 1 year later, over 300 men strong. But the way I see it, this is still our 0 hour. Once this mission's behind us, I want to pitch you some ideas about expansion.
Okay, cuz. This is our 0 hours? What does that mean? I forget what 0 hour means. No, hold on. I want to get up behind this guy. I know we can. Hold on. Okay, I can't pause. Okay, there's the pause. Camera shake. Off.
Call them. Somebody, get over here!
Oh, no.
Spit it out.
The map has been updated.
Spit it out.
That's all you're getting out of me. What are you waiting for? Okay. How do I drop them? Oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm sorry. I didn't. I didn't think I'd be throwing you over the side.
To climb an obstacle, press the action button.
Wait, I'm gonna call them while I hold them.
Secure the targets. They're in the old prison.
Whatever. Their guards are in the old prison. Yeah.
Now head east to the old prison area. You can bring up the target's location on your iDroid.
How do I know which way I'm facing? Where am I? Okay, I'm glad he didn't see me there. Okay, this is me. Ammo non-lethal. We gotta go over there. That's our extraction zone, I assume. Landing zones. Why are those landing zones? Okay. Well, I know where I must go, and I'm gonna go the opposite way because secrets.
Contact me if you need advice. Secure the targets. They're in the old prison.
The fuck was that?
Eyes open, boss.
Oh, there is up there. Okay.
Take a good look at the enemy through your binoculars, and you can mark him. Marked enemies can be sensed when nearby, even if there's a wolf.
No. Restart. I don't want to. No. We want to take. I want to take this seriously. This is our first mission. I don't want to be loud.
There's the prison, full of enemy combatants abducted from around the world. That's a military four-wheel drive. I bet it can turn on a dime.
Alright, how do we get in there? That's the question. Prison's over there, but they say I have to get... That's the entrance to the prison? That doesn't make sense.
I sent VIs of the targets to your iDroid. Take a good look.
Okay.
This is the transmission we intercepted. Chico's call for help.
Snake, it's Chico. I need your help. Cypher's holding me on a U.S. military base in Cuba.
Okay. Yeah.
Bassett's here too. We're at the prison area on the coast. There's some cages to the east of a big building. It's an old, grassy facility. That's where we are. Help me, Snake.
Help me, Snake.
Their lives are in your hands.
You're my only hope.
Get Chico and Paz out of there.
Oh, okay. You can play the whatchamacallit right there and then.
It's a truck. Think you can pull yourself up into the cargo bed.
Interesting. Okay. So we could have gotten in the truck's cargo bed. How far is the drop-off for this? How? Okay, So I'm gonna...
You should move the bodies of enemies somewhere out of sight.
Yeah, I know.
Contact me if you need advice. Open the menu tab, then select Mission Info. From there you can view targets' photos or check other visual information.
Roger.
A gun with a suppressor generates less noise, meaning there's next to no chance of it giving away your presence.
Okay, I don't know why I would want to use that, but... Mismatch? Okay, don't... What? I'm gonna leave him sleeping there. Oh, he got back up. Okay. Oh, I forgot, I can't fall...
It'll help you stay out of sight, but watch you don't get hypothermia.
Oh my god, I can get sick. Okay, smoke grenades. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm just full. Ooh. No, I guess we'll be good. That's all that's in here? Oh, wait. Can we crawl under this? Oh my god, first person mode. Did we hit them? I don't think we did. Okay, you can't like jump to that other side. Oh, but there is a ladder. Snake. Okay. Well, okay. I'll have to get used to how far this gun shoots now, because I can't just full send it across the map anymore. Which is a little shame. Oh shit. Oh, that's not what how do I just set them down?
Those tranquilizer rounds are only good for putting your target to sleep.
Oh, P.
They won't help you break anything. You can now either interrogate him, knock him out, or kill him. His life is in your hands.
Map has been updated.
Oh my god. What is this guy doing? Why is it shooting like a little to the left? No, don't search the area. No need. There's no need. Don't commence the search. Oh my god, I didn't mean to do all that.
Looks like they've lost visual on you. Stay alert. You're not out of the woods yet.
Oh, why not?
The enemy's searching for you. Stay out of sight. The targets are in the old prison. Secure the targets. They're in the old prison.
CP, this is Delta 1.
Oh.
No sign of the enemy. We're calling off the search. Over.
That's the old prison.
Understood. Don't let your guard down. They could still be in the area. Out.
I'm very interested. Why give me this such large area? Okay, very interesting. Whatchamacallit? Spot mechanic. Where are we going? Dude, this is so much a more open world than I was anticipating.
That's the old prison area. The targets are there.
You didn't see anything.
Leave no stone unturned. The target has to be somewhere.
Okay, I can't get in through there. I thought there might be some hole in the fence.
You'll find the targets there. That's a searchlight. That should be perfect for searching out the targets. Was that Chico? It's too dark inside the cages. Where is he?
I'm just gonna unlock all of them.
It's too dangerous to try and contact the target. Wait for the enemy to stand down.
How did they see me?
Don't push yourself. Fall back to a safe position.
This is safe, right? How am I supposed to get out of here if I get found? What the fuck?
Don't push yourself. Fall back to a safe position. Show yourself.
I can't. Oh my god, yes, go to sleep.
Contact! 10 o'clock!
You know what? I'm just gonna restart the mission. That's what we're gonna do. Well, we're gonna have a great first episode because holy shit. I've had to restart a bunch, and two, this area is so large. Because I'm just trying to get to the sniper rifle. Okay, we're about to come up on where we get the sniper rifle. Oh, nope, in here. Alright, let's get the fuck out of here. He's coming to investigate. Oh my god, first person mode. Oh my god, this is gonna be maybe so much easier.
That's the old prison area. The targets are there.
Oh shit, is he coming to investigate? Is there a way to get in besides that door?
There's someone in there. What do you plan on doing?
Marker placed.
You can pull him out too if you want, but just don't forget the targets.
Can I set you guys down
So
somewhere?
you don't end up head first in the ocean.
Okay. Oh, someone's about to become not sleepy. I think that's what that meant. That Z got like really red.
Another prisoner. Looks like he's alive.
Sorry. Coming with me. That Z almost went to 2 Z's. Okay, that Z almost went to 2 Z's. Maybe it's just pop-in text.
Can you get me to a phone?
Can you get me to a phone? I'm assuming that's what that means, right? Landing zones is where I can call them in to get them to pick me up, right? That's Chico. I'm not gonna leave you behind, buddy. We just gotta get 2 more people. This can't be really what I have to do, is drag every single one of these guys down here. Alright, last one, Chico. Alright, so this one is definitely Chico, so let's see what happens.
Chico.
There was no one operating that spotlight earlier. What the fuck?
Chico, it's me.
Go away! Go away! Get off me!
Chico, keep it down.
Go away!
Chico, calm down. Calm down. Don't fight it.
What the fuck's wrong with Chico?
I got Chico.
And Paz.
Not here.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
Is Chico able to walk?
Hold on. Not gonna happen.
You'll have to carry him out there. Okay, boss, change your plans. Haul Chico over to the rendezvous point. We'll get Paz's whereabouts out of him once he's calmed down.
Holy shit.
Mission info.
Reunite with Chico or Paz.
Okay, now carry Chico there.
The map has been updated.
Middle Gear Solid 5 Ground Zero cassette tape. Is there anything else like that? So the achievement was for Chico or Paz. Could I have found Paz first? Interesting. Yeah, could I have found Paz first then, exploring the rest of this base? Is he crying? Like laugh crying?
The RV's just a little further. You'll have to carry Chico. Great. You reach the RV. Put the target down for a minute. How's he doing?
Chico, where's Paz?
She's dead.
When was this recorded?
She's dead.
Bro is not alright.
Okay, now use your iDroid to call the chopper for pickup.
Wait, no, helicopter.
Please select a landing zone. Landing zone confirmed.
Roger that chopper request. It's headed your way now.
Is it on its way?
Please select a landing zone. Landing zone confirmed.
Roger.
Oh, there we go. Why didn't it work the last time? What? Okay, they're...
Target on the chopper. Okay, target is in. Target's inside. Is that it?
Dude, this is so cool. The fact that there's a whole animation for this is so cool.
Okay, target is in.
No, bro, what are you doing?
Chico's tape. Think it could give us a clue to Paz's location. Use your iDroid to listen to it.
Your iDroid.
Buzz!
On your feet.
Okay.
Chico was taken out of his cage. Did he leave the tape recording while he was being moved? Paz might be up ahead. I hear vehicles. And a flag. Must be near the heliport. A gate. Chico left the tape on record while he was being moved. Try using what you hear to find Paz. If you're still not sure, listen to the tape again.
Oh, I don't think I want to listen to the tape again. So now we gotta locate Paz. But we also got Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes. Okay, so it was music that we got. Okay, but we had mission selection in the main menu. What? Okay, option. Is there a save? Conversation, message, trial, cutscene, all. Hello, everybody. Extremely tired and groggy because I've got a grog. I had one grog. I'm an extreme lightweight. Deep Sam here, and I would just like to let you know I only recorded 59 minutes, 1 hour basically. Not enough for like what a typical episode would be, and it was the end of Ground Zero. So basically with the editing style that I've figured out for Metal Gear Solid, that one episode would have been like 30 between the time of 35 and 45 minutes, which isn't what I want, especially for the ending of a game, because I didn't know this game was one mission long and a bunch of side missions that have nothing to do with the main story. Granted, little tidbits of lore here and there, maybe I'll watch a video. Other than that, we will finish Phantom Pain leading after this. We're only doing one episode. I explain that a lot, I'm sorry, but that's the reason why it seems like I'm starting a new episode, is because I basically did and realized at the end I should just attach it here and just have one extremely long episode only for Ground Zero since it's so short. I love you. Cut back to past me. Oh, okay, good.
Now let's find Paz. If she's dead, we need to see the body to be sure.
Oh, and those bodies are still sleeping. I have somewhat of a clue of where she's at. Oh, come on. Okay, so what I'm gonna try to understand right now, I'm almost thinking all of our missions will take place on this one map. Because our first mission was go get it was to get Paz and or.
Seems they tracked down the prisoner that got out.
Oh, what?
That guy. Execution order's been given on the down low. They're about to do it now.
Right. I'll go.
Tell him from me, man. It's nothing personal.
Yeah.
That escaped prisoner might have intel about the base.
Alright, we're gonna get this guy.
You can now either interrogate him, knock him out, or kill him. His life is in your hands.
The map has been updated.
Okay. So someone in the comments was saying, so this is one little fact I knew about Metal Gear Solid 5 was that, well, no, I didn't, because obviously when I, as you saw in the first episode, I was trying to figure out why his voice acting was changed. Because I thought when I saw that article, I'm going to get rid of this. When I saw that article, or when I heard that in like one of G-Man Live's things, or some retrospective I watched, to where they were like, I mean, it was a retrospective about Death Stranding, not Metal Gear Solid 5. I'm still going into every game spoiler free. But it's more of, oh dang it, I should have interrogated him, but whatever. But for one of the Death Stranding one is that he is a big movie buff. So when he originally got Metal Gear Solid, he wanted Kurt Russell or someone else, or he wanted a celebrity. He wanted a movie actor, but they obviously couldn't afford that. So it was with Metal Gear Solid 5, I guess, they changed it. I thought it was with Metal Gear Solid 3 or 4 that they changed Snake's voice actor, because they didn't like, and they also changed like localization, I remember, because Hideo...
No way to expose there. Find some cover and stick to it.
Because Hideo... Oh shit. Because Hideo didn't like the person that did the localization, because he didn't stick to the script. He was like, Americans wouldn't say that. Americans would say it like this. And that's what made it so good, and we got the funny lines and stuff. But Hideo didn't like that.
All quiet? Kept taking a prisoner with him.
And then they'd go down into the boiler room.
The area was off limits while they did their questioning, or interrogation.
My buddy said he heard screams coming out.
Open the front gate. Supply delivery's on its way in.
Music?
Opening front gate. You should try listening in on those soldiers. Even casual chatter could reveal something in a place like this.
I guess I gotta get in there. I wish this was a silenced pistol. I mean, a silenced sniper rifle.
Still searching for Paz? Try interrogating some of the Marines. They must know something. Put the squeeze on them. To interrogate an enemy, first grab him.
Speak.
The woman was moved out her cage in the old prison area.
Spit it out.
Oh, that hurts. Haven't I told you enough? Is there a way we can get out this way? No. Dang it, can't go that way. I was like, it sounds like a camera. Okay. So that's still within the regular range.
The surveillance camera. Its feed is being monitored at their CP. If you take it out, you could bet guys would come running from inside.
Okay, so don't take it out. Everyone's asleep. No one can get me.
You alright? The drainage channel. You might be able to crawl in there.
Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can get in this door real quick. Yes. And I don't need that launcher, but I would so love it. Dang it, I want to take out that camera. Come on. Oh, it's a rat. Granted, Miller didn't teach us. Miller taught Solid Snake, but we gotta follow the rats.
XOF.
Found a patch. Oh, interesting.
Find Paz and bring her back here. That's the admin building. Watch your corners.
Dude, where the hell? Oh, hold on. We need to look at our map. Where the hell were we even supposed to be going? I want to assume in here. That sucks. You can't, like, lean over. Dang it. Yeah, I really can't. No. What are you doing? What are you doing, Snake? Boss. Big boss.
CP, this is Zulu 7. No sign of the enemy. Searching the area. Over. This is CP. Understood. They can't have gotten far. Stay alert. Out. Clear.
Bye-bye. What the damn it. Yeah, call off that search.
Understood. Keep your guard up. Out.
Where's the guy that was in here? Good to see cameras work the same.
CP, this is Delta 9. Still no hostiles around here. We're standing down. Over. This is CP. Understood. All fire teams, return to your posts. Out.
Speak.
The map has been updated.
Spit it out.
Those OXF guys are always hanging around the admin building.
Speak.
Okay. I don't know where to move you guys, so we're just gonna keep you right here. Right now. Alright. Let's hopefully move you back here and hope no one sees you.
Speak.
You can
The
find
map
the...
has been updated.
Jeez, you guys keep coming. I'm just trying to hide you all now, so you will... Alright, where do we go? Oh, what? You couldn't climb up on top of that? That sucks.
Spit it out.
The map has been updated.
Okay. Good thing there was that box there. Let's get you out of the way. There's a bunch of cameras up there. That fucking sucks. Alright, let's go the other way then. Okay, no one yet. No one yet. Oh shit. Is that Paz? They cut her hair? I didn't even know. I didn't even think this is where she was. Oh, we feel her heartbeat and the vibration of the controller.
Boss, get Boss onto the helicopter. Put the target on the chopper. When we get our hands on Boss, intel on Cypher isn't the only thing I want out of her. Putting aside her mission, her past, that sense of loyalty they drilled into her, I want to know what she really thought of us. Get Boss onto the helicopter.
Interesting. Alright, where do we gotta go? That landing zone is dangerous. That's the closest one.
Marker placed.
There's nowhere else to go, right?
Keep Johnny on.
Pause. Shut up. Alright.
CP, this is Delta 1.
Yes.
Threat detected. Going out alert. Over. This is CP. Understood. Check your surroundings. Out.
Spit it out.
The map has been updated.
Alright, come on, pause.
No sign of the enemy.
Go ahead and call the
Standing down.
chopper.
Over.
Keep an eye out for nearby enemies. They can try to shoot down the chopper.
Return to your post. Out.
Really? Want me to call it here?
Please select a landing zone. Landing zone confirmed.
Snake, that area is a hot zone.
Please select a landing zone. Landing zone confirmed.
Roger.
Dude, I saw a unit patch around here. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, unit patch is over there. Oh, awesome. Okay. The tank's looking like right at us. I don't know how we made it out of there.
This is Morpho. Arriving shortly at LZ.
Stay away.
This is Morpho. Prioritizing elimination of enemy threats. emplacement confirmed destroyed. You'll have an easier time calling in the chopper to your position now.
Oh, they're all confused. Okay, good.
This is Morpho. Aborting attack run and heading for nearby LZ. Don't keep me waiting. Get on board as soon as I touch down. Delta 6, making force landing. Stand by. Checking.
Yes.
Put the target on the chopper. Alright, get in. Time to go.
Are we leaving too? Okay.
CP, this is 07. No sign of the enemy. Searching the area. CP, this is Delta 2. Hostile gun on the site. Searching now.
That mission did not go well. Clear Ground Zero's mission. No reflex, 0. Some mystery. Okay, we got a rank A. Enemy combat alerts 2. Okay. Yeah. This is a long ass loading time. Again, why does Chico have the hole in his chest?
Snake. Snake!
Medic!
Medic, but you don't call the medic for the hole in his chest?
She's rigged. Damn it, we were set up!
We gotta get it out. No time for anesthetic. We have to open her now.
Hold her down. Hold her down!
Keep her gun in.
East. Oh, he still has,
Stable, no active bleeding.
he hasn't created Foxhound
She's
yet.
clean. I'm closing her up. Hold her steady. It's gotta be a continuous suture.
Control tower, this is Morpho 1. All hummingbirds are on the wing. We'll shake hands, then head back to the cage. Boss, you got a call. Boss, can you hear me?
What's up, Huey?
Our guests are right on time. Document destruction and hangar decontamination.
They didn't mind keeping
AFVs
Huey the
have been
same.
stowed away, and Zeke's on the seafloor along with a nuke. Everyone's got their story straight. The guided tour will be wrapped up by the time you get home.
Make me proud.
By the time they leave, I'll have the IAEA praising us as the poster boys for world peace. Out.
What the fuck was that shit? What the fuck was that bullshit?
Tower, this is more
They
4-1.
rigged her to explode? What the fuck?
Can't get through. The link seems fine, but...
What the fuck? Dude, what happened to Mother Base?
Look! Commander Miller!
Who is that? Cause! Miller! Miller! No! Miller! Don't you do it! Don't you do it! Get Miller out of here! Get him out of here! No, get him out! Get him out! No! He's too precious to be on the battlefield! All my hard work, all my hard work, all of it, all the Fulton recoveries, all the base management, all the outer ops, no, all of the one-on-one battles. All of it. All of it. Just gone. No. No. All through. No, 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 no. No. I just saw it all go up in flames.
It's nothing but a smoke screen. I heard explosions.
That's not the cause, I know.
They played us like a damn fiddle!
Who the hell are you?
Give it back! This isn't right, that was ours! We built it, damn it!
I'm with you, Cause.
Bitch! Come on, start talking, bitch! Come on, get up and start talking!
I'm not with him.
Bob, there's...
It's all right, we got it out.
There's another in my...
There's another in your where? smoke from the disaster was visible from the coastline. The media blamed money-minded private militias, and scandal followed when the U.S. was fingered as one of the organization's top clients. In response, the Secretary of Defense publicly stated that neither the United States nor its allies had any hand in the incident. Reports also suggested that the IAEA inspectors visited the site. However, the UN and the IAEA insist that no such inspection took place. Other countries among the bubble. Casualties figured is uncertain. There is no known survivors. However, in the moments prior to following this, several unidentified military helicopters were sighted in the area. Okay, so there was one in our stomach. Where was the second one? Original story.
Your favorite
Planning
song. Nicola Bart. Immigrants wrongly executed. But their deaths served as a message to others. That ours is a society that murders the innocent. Do you too believe your sacrifice will change the world?
You're joking, right? You're joking, right? I know people said this is a prologue, basically. It's not one mission. When I saw that there was a mission list. Produced and directed by Hideo Kojima. Now, why the fuck was this a demo? Why the fuck?
Cypher's been in hiding ever since his grand experiment. No one's seen him in years. All we hear are orders delivered by proxy. Except you. You met with him, face to face, in order to contact Big Boss. Tell me where he is. Where is Cypher? Where is Zero? I've never known choice. Where I was born, the language I speak, I've never had the freedom to choose for myself. But you, right now, are free. Do as you will.
This will save Big Boss.
It may.
Will you really kill Zero for me?
Not for you.
All right. Zero is...
April 30th, 75, the Ho Chi Minh campaign leads to fall of Sichuan. 75, Solo Apollo peacefully test space. Le Infantes to release and undergo nuclear test discovered. 79, Iranian. Is this what was in Peace Walker? Yeah. Bring an end to detente. Iran-Iraq war in the 80s. Yeah, first child is named Hal. Israel bombers, suicide bombers, 83, military invades Grenada, Camp X-Ray, black site for housing enemy combatants, Guantanamo Bay, 2008, President of the United States publicly pledges to detain facility. To be continued in Phantom Pain. What the fuck? I could have done all this in one episode. In fact, I will put it all in one episode. You may see... Okay.
Don't you die on me, damn it! Keep me dropping! Intubate now! Clear!
No response. Hit him again.
Clear!
Deceived and left for dead.
You've been in a coma for quite some time. Yes, I know. You would like to know how long. I'm afraid it's been 9 years.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer. The body I've lost. The comrades I've lost.
Diamond Dogs. To fastest marking of all enemies trial has been okay. What? Why was Big Boss? Why was Big Boss? Oh no! What happened? What happened to Cause? What's going on with Big Boss? Oh my god! Rank A cleared. Obtain Chico's tape 3 of 7. Hard. Eliminate the Renegade threat side ops. Intel's operative rescue side op. Okay, we got a bunch of side missions. Completion ratio is only 9%. No. Is that it for the story? I saw credits roll. I need to know what happens, and I'm only gonna know what happens if I play Phantom Pain. So I guess that's what we're doing. So, okay. Thank you guys so much for stopping by for the only episode of Ground Zero. I saw someone's playlist and they had 5 episodes and they were all 2 to 3 hours. They were all on stream, but I was thinking, okay, if they're 2 to 3 hour streams, 5 episodes, all right, there's a lot of content here. It's got to be all of getting all the secrets. Okay, I got to look at the achievements. There's only 16 achievements. Okay. So there's side ops and extra ops, and that is it. So this is, and I'm pretty sure this is where most people have most of the achievements, unless the people 100%ed it. What is the global percentage? It drops off quickly. Clear one side or extra ops, 34%. Then they've got clear ground zero, so beat the game. Which, geez, people haven't even, only 65% of people have beaten the game. And 76% of all players have reunited with Chico or Paz. And then those are the top 3. And then from the 34%, it drops to 12%, 12.7% with the obtain all XOF unit patches. And then the lowest percentage, which is still pretty high, is 3.7%, which is obtain all cassette tapes. So, yeah. thank you guys so much again. I know I said it, for stopping by. For the, if you want to see more, if you want me, we can probably do this. It'll probably end up being a stream if we play this game again, just because there is no lore to be had. I mean, there probably is smidgens of lore that I could watch in a video, but that's the story. We'll continue in Phantom Pain. I'll see you there. Subscribe, like, comment. Comment if you knew this was going to be one episode. Comment if you knew, because I want to see how many of y'all were like, I wonder if he knows that Ground Zero is literally going to be one mission, and that's it. Because I surely did not know. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.